You are now a Canadian. You're a Canadian. It's happened. It's actually happened. How about everybody giving everybody a nice round of applause? I think you all did a great job.
Hey guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Tatiana. Today's video is a video about my virtual ceremony, Canadian ceremony. So today I take the oath of citizenship and I'm super excited. I'm doing this video for my family so they could see what went on for me, and equally for anyone curious about how the Canadian citizenship ceremony goes. So my ceremony is done virtually, so via Zoom. We were assigned seat numbers, so I just logged on and we just completed like some basic checks, making sure that we maintain confidentiality in terms of our names. We're just supposed to use our seat numbers. So at the moment, I'm just waiting to be transferred to like a breakout room where we can continue with like registering. So they told us to just get like a scissors and 2 pieces of like ID. So that's what I have right here, and yeah, I'm so excited. Few minutes later, I was redirected to the breakout room and I had to confirm my personal information, and I was told to present my permanent resident card, and I had to cut it up because this card will become invalid from today.
To present to you 138 candidates for citizenship from 35 countries who have met all the requirements of the Citizenship Act and are now ready to take the oath of citizenship, the final legal requirement to becoming a Canadian citizen. I now invite you to give your opening remarks.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. Good afternoon, and bonjour et bienvenue tout le monde. Well, welcome. Well, here we are, September the 11th. This is the day you've had circled on your calendar, I'll bet, for the last few weeks, maybe longer, and for good reason, because it's a very important day in your life. You know, it's hard to believe that we're already in the middle of September, the kids are back in school, days are getting cooler, fall or autumn is just less than 2 weeks away. Hard to believe that summer has actually come and gone in such a relatively short period of time, at least it seemed that way to me. So this is a day you've had circled on your calendar for a long time, and it's a day you're going to remember for a long time as well. September the 11th, 2023. This is the day your lives are going to change. You know, I've heard this from people that have gone through the ceremony years ago, sometimes decades ago, and they tell me they remember the day they became a Canadian, just like it was yesterday. It leaves that much of an imprint on their memory. So next year on September the 11th, I'm sure you'll stop for a moment and you'll say, hey, September the 11th, this is the day my life changed. This is the day I became a Canadian. It's my honor and really my pleasure to extend a very sincere welcome to each and one of you, all 138, on behalf of the Government of Canada. We're delighted to have all of you on board and delighted that all of you have chosen Canada as your new home. So in just a moment, it'll all be official too, as well. But having said this special welcome to each one of you, I want to also offer a very special welcome if you've got friends and family with you. Maybe they're just out of reach of what the camera's showing us. They're sitting on a chair nearby or the end of a bed, and they're there to offer moral support to you and to encourage you as you go through this very exciting and very necessary step in the citizenship process. This is a very important and very proud moment for you and for your family, no doubt about it. This is what I would call a milestone in your life. It's a milestone. You will never have another day like this. You've embraced this country, and now this country is ready to embrace you as you take this next very important step in the Canadian citizenship process. I want to begin today's ceremony by acknowledging that this citizenship ceremony is originating in Winnipeg, on Treaty 1 land, on the traditional territory of the Anishinaabe, the Cree, the Ojibwe, the Dakota, and the Dene peoples. It's also the homeland of the Métis Nation. You know, as Canadians, we're all living on the traditional territory of Indigenous peoples, and it is essential that we acknowledge our country's past and move towards a new nation-to-nation relationship with Indigenous peoples based on inherent rights, based on respect, and also based on a partnership. I mean, let's face it, unless you're a member of the First Nations, we're all somewhere else. It's true, we either are or we're all immigrants at some point in our life, or certainly in our history. One interesting point about Canada, and it's a point I'm very proud of, is this one fact. Canada is the only country in the world that has actually accepted and welcomed new citizens from every other country that exists in the world today. Only one nation in the entire world has done that, and it's Canada. It's something I'm very proud of. Also very proud of the fact that Canada was just named one of the top 2 nations in the world in which to live. So as you can tell, you chose well, ladies and gentlemen, by choosing Canada. Over the past several decades, Canada has really become a very multinational and a very multicultural country. It really has. In fact, today there are over 100 different languages spoken every day in every major city in this country. And that certainly includes the city of Winnipeg. My guess is it includes many of the centers you're located in, if not all of the centers you're located in today as well. As you know only too well, becoming a Canadian, becoming a citizen of Canada is not easy. Some of you have traveled a long way to arrive at where you are today, and you've all demonstrated courage and perseverance. And I know you've had to work hard, you've had to study hard. You've had to adjust to a new culture. You've had to adjust to a new way of doing things. You've had to make new friends. Some of you have had to learn a new language, and every single one of you, every one of you has had to make a new home in an unfamiliar country. That's quite an accomplishment. And I'm sure it wasn't without a few bumps in the road or challenges along the way. It's thanks to Canada's amazing diversity, not in spite of it, but because of it, that Canada has actually become a role model for the entire world. One word I've often used to describe Canada and Canadians has always been the word freedom. Freedom. It's an interesting word, really, because in truth, it probably means something a little bit different to each and every one of us that's taking part in this ceremony today. I need all of you to be quiet except for when you're repeating the oath after me. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment that will make you a Canadian, saying the oath of citizenship. This is what you've worked for and studied for. This is the moment. I'll start with English, then I'll repeat it in French. Once we say the oaths, I've got some very good news. Some very, very good news I want to pass on to each and every one of you. Repeat after me. I swear that I will be faithful.
That I will be faithful.
And bear true allegiance.
And bear true allegiance.
To His Majesty.
To His Majesty.
King Charles.
King Charles III. Canadian citizen.
Well done, ladies and gentlemen. You did a pretty good job on that. Now we're going to start saying the oath in French. Now, going that extra mile and making this ceremony so special, not just for you, but I think for everybody taking part. Now, I mentioned I have some really good news to pass on to each and every one of you, and it's this. I know all of you have waited a long time to hear this, and you've worked for it, you've studied for it, and you've wished for it. And I want to tell you how proud I am, because I get to be the very first person to say these words to you. You are now a Canadian. You're a Canadian. It's happened. It's actually happened. How about everybody giving everybody a nice round of applause?
Thank you. Thank you.
You're all very welcome. You're all very welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you. There we go. I think not everybody was on mute, but I think you all are now. Anyways, as we get close to the end of the ceremony here, I want to also take a moment on all of your behalves and just issue a very special thank you and welcome for a job well done to our clerk of the ceremony, to everybody else that played a role in putting on this ceremony. To all of our sincere thanks, best wishes for all of the great job you did, and everybody else in person, with friends and family who couldn't be with you today, because I know they would appreciate that very much, because this is a very big day for you and your family. It's a milestone, as I referred to it earlier. As I say goodbye, I just want to say thank you, merci, and miigwech from the bottom of my heart. All the very best, everybody. Have a great day. And I mean it. Go out there and have a great day today. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, few words from our Prime Minister,
Thank
followed by
you.
O Canada. Today, you'll be singing O Canada for the very first time as a Canadian citizen. This is now your national anthem. Sing it with pride. We will be singing a bilingual version, but you may choose to sing it in English or French or both.
Congratulations, you are now officially a Canadian. Now, your journey here was unique. Whether you came here for safety, to reconnect with family, just to start a new life, you are now an equal member of our country. And as Canadians, we share responsibilities to look out for one another, to welcome those who are new here, and to respect those who are Indigenous to this land, and always to leave our communities better than we found them. So as you continue your life here, remember this day when you became a citizen. And think about everything you can do every day forward to strengthen our country. Congratulations again, and welcome. Félicitations, vous êtes maintenant officiellement Canadien et Canadienne.
On behalf of IRCC, congratulations to the new Canadians and thank you to everyone who contributed to this ceremony. This citizenship ceremony is now closed. Now close your video so that you only see the presiding official and myself on screen. At the bottom left of your screen is a small camera icon. Please click on this to turn your video off. I'm going to do it as well now. So now you can go ahead and take a picture of yourself and the presiding official as a selfie if desired with your own device. Keep your camera off until advised otherwise. I will give you a few minutes to take a picture. So if everyone could just turn off their camera so you're not in other people's pictures, please. 961. One wipe here. All right. Feel free to take your pictures. Thank you. Everyone, if you can just keep your camera off for now until the picture portion is done.
Thank
you. You have 30 seconds left to take a picture. Steps to take after the video oath ceremony. I will go over them. Next slide, please. You must sign your oath or affirmation of citizenship form and email it back to us at the same email address we contacted you with. If you choose to sign it on paper, use a black pen. Sign it in the two places where it is indicated signature of applicant. See the yellow boxes on the screen. If it is not there already, add your full name at the top beside applicant and the date beside your two signatures. Today's date is September 11th, 2023. Then take the picture or scan it and save it as a PDF or JPEG. PDFs are preferred. There are free scanning apps that can be downloaded if necessary. If you choose to sign it electronically instead, follow the instructions in the email that we sent to you. Family members should save the forms in separate PDFs, however, they can all be sent in one email. Once you have received your certificate and it does not contain any errors, you can destroy this oath form. When emailing us your PDF or JPEG, include in the subject line of your email, oath form, September 11th, 2023 at 1:30 p.m. with the initials TN. Please note that we must receive your email immediately. It should not be more than 2 days after the ceremony. Next slide, please. E-certificates will be available for download in the IRCC portal 2 to 5 business days after we have received your signed oath or affirmation of citizenship form. Paper certificates are sent by regular mail within 2 to 4 weeks once we have received your signed oath or affirmation of citizenship form. Immediately after you receive your certificate, check that the personal information on the front and back of your certificate is accurate. If your certificate contains any errors, email the same email address we contacted you with as soon as possible. Please do not laminate or put a plastic coating or layer on your paper certificate or printed copy of your e-certificate. This could damage the information on it, and we may not be able to confirm the information on the barcode or the certificate, which is important when you apply for your passport or other government services. Next slide, please. Visit canada.ca/after-citizenship-ceremony webpage for important information about applying for passports, registering to vote, and learning about and exploring Canada. Next slide, please. Before applying for a passport or other government services, you will require your citizenship certificate. As mentioned, it may take up to approximately 2 to 4 weeks to receive your certificate, and additional time will be required for you to apply for and receive your Canadian passport. You shouldn't finalize any travel plans until you get your citizenship certificate and then your passport. For up-to-date passport information, please consult our website as there may be delays. Links were in the email we sent to you. Congratulations from the Institute for Canadian Citizenship, a national charity that delivers programs to inspire inclusion and active citizenship. You can celebrate your citizenship with a free app, Canoe, which provides new citizens like you a year of free admissions to museums, science centers, art galleries, and parks across Canada. Congratulations and welcome to the Canadian family. You may now disconnect from the meeting. Congratulations, everyone. Subject line is on the screen there for you. Thank you.